Sweet. Well, this is a test, so don't even really know what to talk about. Could talk about anything. Pretty neat, though. So, I guess I had the Christmas party last night with work, and that was a blast. Uh, went to a Chuck Wagon where they had a band that played, and they had I guess it was the 2016 Fiddle Champion and the 2017 Fiddle Champion, and so that was neat. Um, yeah, pretty cool. So Christmas time is coming, and haven't set up a tree yet or anything like that. Really, done a little bit of shopping. The other day, my phone screen got cracked. I can still use it, which is good because, well, it's all I got right now. Uh, During Black Friday, I got a cheesy little RCA tablet, but heck, you can get a phone for the same price, just about the same size. It might be time to turn in this phone because, well, the updates are taking up all the space of the phone, making it slow. So, yeah, I guess most people are going to be out to lunch. It's pretty neat technology. What's that do? Fancy. Wow, that's trippy. Cool. What do you do? Cool. Looks like there's one person. Neat. Hello there. Essentially, what I'm doing is running a test because this is the first time I've ever done this. I've never operated the live function of the phone, and so I thought, well, just see if it works. What functions there are on it, because well, naturally, my side of the screen's a little bit different than yours. There's some options here and such. So I just wanted to see what it was about. My day is fantastic, Stargun. How is yours? I reckon here after a bit I'll have to go get some lunch. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's good to have a good day. Um, yeah, it's kind of random. See, what I did was apparently I found out that for YouTube, to apply for these live things, you have to be approved ahead of time, so it can take a couple weeks. And so I clicked on it because I thought, well, in the future, maybe I'd like to do something live. And then I was thinking about putting a video up for. I'm currently at 49 subscribers, and I had that crazy idea in a video a while back about doing uh, a Q&A, and well, how cool would it be to do a Q&A live stream? Well, yeah, it's kind of weird. I've seen a lot of people doing it, um, and I guess, like I said, I guess you have to be approved for it, and so I guess I was approved for it. So that's neat. Means I could do random something because right now I'm not doing a reaction. I am doing editing on. Oh shoot, which is it? I got a lot of notes for random stuff here. I guess 54. The death crops of Craig. I don't know if you can even see that. Uh, that one I'm currently editing, so I can get it out next. It was an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. Pretty long one, but it was definitely informational. It's pretty neat to see how advanced the Warhammer world is. Uh, they've thought of a lot of stuff, but then again, I guess it's been around since the 80s, so there's been a lot of time to create these brilliantly elaborate characters. One second here. I didn't get to read all of that comment. I'm seeing if I can fix it. It seemed like out of the rules, but we're. Oh, come on. No. Oh, yeah. Uh, those aren't actually rules I set for myself. If you look further on my channel, uh, back in the nosebleed section before I started putting thumbnails on, I had reactions to The Tick, to MLP. Uh, those were all reactions that I commissioned myself for. Uh, the reason why I started taking up requests was because it started opening me up to different worlds, worlds that I wasn't too familiar with. Because to be honest with you, I didn't know that the world of Warhammer existed. I was, I knew that Magic existed. I knew that Pokemon was a world that I was really into. Uh, Dead Space, um, Silent Hill, Resident Evil. These are universes that I'm familiar with. Uh, as far as the plastic characters on the boards, um, I'm not too familiar with those. Other than there's a local company, we call it the Geek, and it's a place where you can go in and you can sit down, and they've got games you can rent, and they've got the boards where you can put the little characters, the handcrafted characters, and I don't know what all games those are for. I've gone in there to buy comic books. Uh, I'm a big fan of the Titan series and the Blue Beetle series, and we've been to some Comic Cons, small ones, uh, and picked up large sets. Uh, I'm not too far away from completing a couple of my sets, which means, yay, I can read them in order, which, sounds boring waiting so long, but, after four cons, it gets pretty exciting when you almost have a complete set of a series. Um, as far as VHS tapes, I collect those. I'm familiar with a lot of the worlds there. I've actually gained a lot of VHS tapes that I am unfamiliar with. The original reason for this channel was for me to do reviews on Wednesday of things that I like. So the first thing I thought was, well, I have an extensive VHS collection. Why don't I do reviews on VHS tapes? And so uh, I asked for permission. Oh, well, yeah, I can. That's let's see. Oh, yeah. Um, yeah, I actually didn't start getting much in the line of subscribers until I took it upon myself to react to Hellbent, the music video. And I look for what's currently hitting, what's going nuts on YouTube, and I've constantly thought about doing reactions to it. The problem with that is time. Currently, I have time, like right now. This is kind of a rare occurrence. Most of my stuff ends up getting done directly after work, uh, which drains a lot out of me. And most of my reactions, if you've noticed, I'm wearing the same clothes. It's because I did them in a long chain through the videos. Uh, cool. Looks like just gained two other viewers. Welcome. this is a test. Uh, my first time trying live, and they disappeared according to the viewer thing. Cool. That was quick. Um, but yes, I definitely need to check into seeing what's going viral. The problem is I'm obsessed with reactions, which means I watch other reactors, which means there's certain things that I'll never be able to do a blind reaction to. And oh, how big is my window? Well, it takes me about 40 minutes to get to work. It takes me about 40 minutes to get back from work to where I live because I live in a different town. Um, and then almost immediately, I either have to make supper or we have to go out and get supper. Um, at which point, my roommate that currently lives here is also my landlord. He has a job driving truck. So that means that he often has to go to bed early, which limits my ability to do reactions. When you see the reactions with the light shining from directly above, and it looks like there's a laundry machine or some shelves behind me, maybe a door directly behind me. That's because I'm doing it in the laundry room. It's a small house, and that allows me to get a couple more reactions in. Um, but no, I've that's pretty much what my window is roughly the hours that I'm eating. We don't like to eat here because well we've got a dog, so if we go out to eat, we're usually eating there. Uh, some of my reactions are done early in the morning before I go to work. If they are the 15-minute reactions, I can do them right before I go to work, and it works out pretty good. And yeah, that's so. I actually have more time. It's just in the space that I'm given. I also don't have much time that I could do it without disturbing someone who needs their rest. Because I'm kind of a night owl, so if it was up to me, I could probably like there's been chains where I've had several videos in a row and I was just able to knock them all out. Yes, and he's actually he knows about it and he's actually quite supportive of it. Um, I call him I call him a roommate, uh, but he's actually my brother, and yeah, he was the one who suggested or encouraged me to go into it because originally, like I said, with my VHS tapes doing the reviews, I wanted to do that back in 2010, and I could never get permission for anything, and so I just stopped asking, which I know seems ridiculous, but it came to the point that nobody was going to give me an answer, and so I kind of just had to go for it because this is something I wanted to do, and even if it's small or even if it's not as active as it could be, I'm enjoying it. So it's real nice in that sense. So Stargun, have you Do you celebrate Christmas? Have you been prepared for it with your family? Here pretty soon, we're gonna have the Christmas events with the fam. Go visit my grandmother. She's the last of my grandparents, and oh come on, nope, nope, nope. Well, hello to you, uh, Free Smart. Ah, back up. If he's your brother, you can make reactions with him for some videos. Yes, that would be fantastic if you wanted to do that. That'd be really cool. I'm actually that I'm currently trying to convince him to come and do reactions with me because two is better than one, and you have to basically go to the VidCons to figure out who's in your area because well we're not all sharing our direct locations with each other. So doing live collabs with people or doing physical collabs with people is difficult. If you watch Maddie Time, he did a collab using a green screen with I believe it was Zamber, and that was pretty neat. But this is my bedroom slash studio, so oh yeah, no preparations for the holidays. Well, yeah, we haven't even put up the tree. I don't think my mama's put up the tree yet. Uh, my dad has one of those leg lamps from A Christmas Story. See here, do I have that one here? Yeah, Christmas Story. I've broken out all my Christmas movies to watch. Um, Several versions of Christmas Carol, all the Home Alones, McGee and Me, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the two first ones, Frosty the Snowman, both of those, Pokemon Pikachu's Vacation 2, things like that. Uh, how about you, Free Smart? You guys celebrate Christmas or any other holiday? What were what are you guys planning for? Uh, like I was saying to Stargun there, we haven't really made any plans. Basically, some work celebrations. My brother at his job, he drives, and they had a steak, and I guess they passed out some Christmas bonuses, and I went to a chuck wagon where they gave us food, which was interesting because you guys probably don't know this. I am allergic to mammal meat because of protein located in the fat and in the meat, and so that means I can't eat beef or pork or deer or horse or well, there's a whole lot of other mammals out there. If it's a mammal, I can't eat it. I can eat the dairy products, but I can't eat the meat or the fat. And so that meant I had potatoes and biscuits at the chuck wagon. It was good. They were good biscuits, and yeah, it's pretty good eat. Uh, it makes kind of an inconvenience because they just don't have the food that I can eat all the time. So you just gotta work with it. I ate a lot of ground turkey. What genre of movies slash video games do you prefer? Okay, well, um, that is a very good question. Well, when I was growing up, I was really into the horror survival games. That's Resident Evil, Siren. Was a basic one that was rather hard to complete. Um, so yeah, Silent Hill. Uh, there was what was that one movie or one game? Uh, it had a SWAT team, and there was like two. Man, I can't remember it, but there was like two games, and it was a SWAT team, and I can't remember. I played both of them. They weren't very memorable for me, and there was also this one that was released on the Xbox 360 when it first came out, and they made two of those games, and they were super trippy. Uh, then I have played The Last of Us a couple times, and my buddy, he's really into. I can't think of that game, but it has Nuketown, and he loved playing the zombies, and I like playing survival horror, which often inquires zombies. So I was like, yeah, sure. Speaking of zombies, there's Dead Island that I was into. Dead Space is could count as a horror survival game in itself. Um, but I have played other games like Halo. I actually bought before the Xbox. Oh, what is it? The latest Xbox. Before that one was released, and they released the Master Chief set. They had a in order to play the second game because they had re-released a version for the Xbox 360 of the first game. The way to play the second game was to get an Xbox. So I was a PlayStation kid that had bought an Xbox 360 after being a big fan of the PS2, and then was like, well, I'll never own an Xbox. And then I bought an Xbox so that I could play Halo 2 right before they released the Master Chief Edition, which is supposed to have all the games. Hey, that's it. And they did I see that right? Is there four of them? Wow. I think I've only played two. Is that the one where like there's all these mind trips that are constantly going on it? Um, okay, as far as movies, I am not very partial. Um, there's certain actors that I've followed. Schwarzenegger, uh, Clint Eastwood. Uh, there's some that I can't even remember the names of. This is a horrible live, isn't it? Uh, I can just look at my walls. Steven Seagal. I guess action would be a pretty good claim. Uh, for the longest time, I was into horror, especially when I was a teenager, and At the moment, I kind of prefer whatever's on, uh, and that's movies. Now, as far as TV shows, I am a big fan of animation. That's right, I like cartoons. It's kind of what brought me to the point of wanting to do the YouTube thing. Is because it's amazing what people do, uh, editing wise and craft wise. Amazing what artists exist out there. Even on the YouTube community, there's some amazing animation artists. Uh, for a while there, I was watching Catsoon, and there's the Odd Ones down the street, Odd Odd Ones Out, I believe it is, and then there's uh, Wolfie Chew, and there's another one. I just started watching her. I can't remember her name, but she's apparently been doing it for quite a while. And you know, when you do stuff for quite a while on YouTube, you start to become more and more popular or more sought out. And that's pretty much it. Movies that I was fond of growing up: Army of Darkness, the others, Pirates of the Caribbean, probably some of the more generic versions. But there's Mortal Kombat, Terminators. I actually just got done watching the Terminator. I got box set. Okay, I just got another one here. One second. What's your most memorable movie with Arnold? Okay. Oh man, I can't think of the name, but I remember the movie layout completely. One second. The Running Man. I know. That sounds funny because it's like one of his least popular works. Um, uh, I think he did like a Barbarian one too, and that one was pretty good. And then of course there's Total Recall. Um, but he's famous for his Terminator role. But heck, there's been so many Terminators. Everything over here is just a horrible, horrible mess. Because tiny room. Um, yeah. Uh, there's a lot of his early stuff where he can't really speak English. Uh, but I don't have any of that with me here. But I really did like him in The Running Man. Uh, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's a soldier who gets betrayed and into prison. And then there's a TV show. Like the future, they become so bored that they have created a show that's like Gladiators where they murder off felons. And so the felon, so he ends up in the game show with this woman running around. And yeah. I also like Jingle All the Way, which is that time of season 4. Yeah. Jingle All the Way. Just got done watching that the other day. Uh, it's actually the one that I've been trying to set up my latest Wednesday review with. I'm going to try to do that at the end of the month. Every last Wednesday of the month, try to do a Wednesday review so I can actually keep my name. Because it's kind of pointless to be Willie's Wednesday review when all I do is reaction videos. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey, bro, guess what I'm doing right now? Live streaming. Live streaming.
Do you know where my Seam Ripper is?
Um, is it not on your skateboard shelf?
Nope.
No.
Last time I seen it, it was in the blue sewing kit, and I can't find it. The blue sewing kits don't have one.
Oh, the cheapo ones? Go figure. Alright. Well, I gotta check this out. See if we can find it. I am live streaming with Stargun. Just one of my subscribers. I'm doing a test run. Firewire. Yeah, I know what it is. It's the little
like you.
Hey, sorry about that. Mother needed to find a seam reaper so that he could pull apart a jacket he's trying to turn into a pair of pants. Oh, yeah, man, I can't remember the one where he was pregnant. Um, I mean, I remember the movie, but I can't remember the circumstances, and honestly, it kind of made me uncomfortable. So I didn't watch it too much. um, but yeah, I think there was he the daycare cop or man, I just can't remember. I just can't remember. Do you have a favorite there, Stargun, with Arnold? Uh, I guess you should right there, those there, that entire shelf is my Disney. So I thought they'd be the cleaner ones to put in the background because I do have others all over the place. I'm not discriminative on what I get, so as long as it's VHS tape. So I've got a whole bunch of like short films on how to garden and the tapes they used to send with large products. I guess Terminator 2 would be my favorite. Yeah, Terminator 2 rocks. Um, Judgment Day. Um, yeah, it's classic. It's hard to beat. Yeah, I can't remember either. There's there's all sorts of. He's been in a lot before he ran for governor, and heck, even since I think he's been in a couple. Wasn't he in one of those? Is it Unstoppables or Unbreakables, where they had all the action heroes? And I guess he didn't play a big role in it or something. There's some people upset, but I guess it had like Chuck Norris and it uh had Steven Seagal. I thought was in it too. But yeah, the that movie was out not that long ago. See, I'm not caught up with the most modern stuff. When I went to college and got a certificate there, or well, an associate's degree, they I had a chance. I had a little bit of money. Everything was cheap, unlike now. Bought my first Xbox 360, and then started playing games that my friends had been ranting and raving about for years. Like, that's when I started playing Dead Space. Well, they were all a big fan of Dead Space. That's when I started playing Bioshock, and they were all a big fan of Bioshock. Man, I think now that you mention it, I recall it, But I don't even remember many of the scenes of that one. What was that one? I'd look it up, but my only source of internet's the phone. Everything I shoot and I do on this phone. And it's all cracked up. The other day it gave me a splitter. Time to retire it, but that's gonna have to wait until after the holidays. So you have videos you put up. What are you using? Do you got a hidden camera somewhere? Hey, you alright? Okay. I just heard a loud noise downstairs. But, yeah, I was looking at desktops and things like that. Okay. Well, see you later, Stargood. Have a good one. Well, what should I talk about now? If anything. See if there's something I missed. Nope. I got a hello and Stargun came by for a little bit. That's awesome sauce. I might just stop here. Yeah. Right here seems to be a good spot to stop.